All right, good morning, guys. So today we're going to be talking about features. So these are types of features we find on parts, so that way we can better talk about the parts when we're looking at them. So the first one we're going to talk about is emboss. So emboss is anything that just adds a little bit of extra material thickness to the part. So here on this part, you can see it's got this big flat surface here, and then this circle kind of sticks out a little bit. That's embossed to add some thickness for where another hole is going to go through eventually. Okay, so emboss is anything that adds some thickness to material. It could be a little bit like this. It could be something that sticks up a bit more also. A knurl is a pattern that's embossed, so pressed into the surface. Usually it results in part of it going down, part of it going up a little bit. The typical one you'll see is a diamond knurl, like up here. And so that'd be like on a tool handle or something. It's primarily there to add extra grip for a number of purposes. One, like a diamond knurl on like a wrench handle would be to add extra grip for your hands on it. Also, if you're going to be pressing the parts together, that might be a reason. So there's also a diagonal, just a one direction knurl and a straight knurl. So a groove is a long, narrow cut that usually goes all the way through. So when you look at it, there's a cutout on each side. So here, it goes all the way through. Surface, there's no other material here somewhere. It's just going all the way through. So on a round part, it goes all the way around. On a rectangular part, it just goes all the way through it in a straight line. So that's a groove. A slot is a hole that's big, so a hole that's not round. Basically, it's kind of like a slot, but it doesn't go all the way through the two sides of the part. It's only on the middle part of the part, the middle of the part. So see here, a groove will go all the way through. It doesn't usually go all the way through the thickness, but it goes through side to side. Whereas a slot goes all the way through the thickness, but doesn't go all the way through side to side. Okay, so that's a slot. A rib is something that's 90 degrees to the surface. It's thin, it's added for strength. So here's a rib in this little L-shaped piece. So the rib is added here. It helps to prevent this piece here from bending out or this piece from bending down, kind of holds them together. Same thing here. Here we have a boss that's sticking up from the bottom. And then we have ribs attaching that boss to the walls. This would be like a plastic part. An emboss is a small design on the surface that's usually pressed into the surface. It could also be the other way. If it was on a molded part, the emboss could be sticking out because it was cut in slightly into the mold. But it could either be cut in or it could be stamped in, something like that. But it's just a small impression into the surface. Fillets and rounds are rounded edges. So a fillet is on the bottom, like the inside corner here. That'd be a fillet. A round is on the outside corner of the part. Okay, so fillets are the inside corner, rounds are the outside corner. So if you see the drawing that says all fillets radius 0.06 and all rounds 0.03, it means that all the inside corners are 0.06, all the outside corners are 0.03. Okay. Chamfer is an angled cut, so it's there. And its main purpose is just to make the edge not sharp. Anytime you have a 90-degree edge like this, that edge is going to be sharp. It'll be able to cut you. They have what we call deburring tools, which go through and you can kind of scrape along that surface. And what that does is it adds a little tiny chamfer. It kind of breaks that edge into two different edges. Once you add a chamfer, though, most chamfers are done at 45 degrees. And what will happen is now this corner, instead of being 90 degrees, is at 135 degrees. Same thing here, 135 instead of 90 degrees. So now that edge is no longer sharp. It's not going to cut you anymore. So you can handle the parts without getting cut up. A bend is when you take the part and you actually bend it, and you'll see here that the thickness of the material is the same all the way through. So that means that there's an inside radius and then an outside radius here. That's the inside plus the thickness, and that'll give you the radius of this outside piece. So sheet metal, those parts are done using bends. Also pipe or plate and stuff like that can be bent. And those are the main things we have here. So, all right, bye.